Hello again. Most of you saw me earlier this morning. I will reintroduce myself just in case someone was in the bathroom. My name is Sherita Rankins. I run the lifestyle website, Busy Wife, Busy Life. I create personal finance, style, beauty, travel content. It's a full lifestyle site. I started off as the busy woman's guide to food, fashion, and finance, but as life expands, so does your brand from time to time. So, and also right beside me is Christelyn.
Hi, guys. Oh. I'm Christelyn Karazin, and you're going to get to know a lot about me, But before we talk about me, I want you guys to hold up your hand. Hold up the number 1. Everybody in here. There's a reason for it. It only takes one idea to create a compelling course that can make you a lot of money. Whether a lot of money looks like $500 a month, $15,000 a month, $30,000 a month.
My hand's going higher.
It takes only one idea, and you don't need a multiple alphabets after your name to teach a course. And I created the Pink Pill, which is a course specifically for Black women, and we're going to talk a little about that later.
So how many people here are here to hear, just so we make sure that we're speaking to the right audience, are interested in creating a course who have some content or a skill that they want to teach? Okay, great. Lovely. Anyone here that would like even more information about also working with brands, was a blogger as well? Okay, so we will try to touch on both of that. Yes, we're going to interweave because I'm starting a course. It's called Land the Deal, how to work with brands and make consistent money on your blog month after month. But that is launching soon. I literally have all the curriculum. I just need to put my face on the camera and record it. But Christelyn is the course queen. So between our content, we'll try to make sure we just answer everyone's questions and provide you with all the information that you need in order to become a $100,000 heir from course creation. So tell me about your course. How did you think of it? How many modules does it have? How long did it take to record? Let people know where to start when they're trying to make the course of their, to their audience and whatnot.
Okay, so this is a long, circuitous answer, and so I'm hoping that you'll just bear with me. So in 2012, I wrote a book called Swirling: How to Date, Mate, and Relate, Mixing Race, Culture, and Creed. And it was about interracial relationships from a Black woman's perspective. We're the least likely to do it, and so I wanted to encourage my sisters to, dip their toe in the pond a little bit, fish in a bigger pond. Then started the blog. And I became a brand ambassador, and at first I got a lot of resistance from particularly Black women. They were like, oh, we can't do that. But over time, more Black women are open to it. But what I found over and over again, women were writing me saying, I'm open to interracial relationships, but I feel really uncomfortable around white people or Asian people or Hispanic people. Many times we're stratified. We'll go to school, all these schools and with everybody from a diverse environment, but what do we do when we go to school? We just cluster together. Where's the Black chick? Oh, hey sis, hey. And then you don't keep yourself open. And so what the problem was that while there was a desire, there wasn't a lot of confidence. And also, there's just a lot of stuff that some of us just don't know. And I'm going to use myself as an example. I am the daughter of a sharecropper's son and a product of a single mother who was a teacher. They were both in Texas. So it was all about get your education. Don't get pregnant. Just go to school. I got pregnant. I did get my education. So while I was there, that's a whole nother, we're going to talk about that later.
We only got 30 minutes, so
yeah,
you better wrap this story up quick, girl.
Okay. So anyway, while I was in college, I met my husband, and I was on my way to an event that was a mixer, and I was trying to, get in with people who might hire me. And so there was a cocktail mixer, and there were drinks, and there were potential bosses there. And so I was gonna see my boyfriend after. He said, babe, do you want me to cook something for you? And I was like, oh, no, baby, because the invitation says that there'll be cocktails and whore's divorce. And he said, what? And I said, well, it says here, whore's divorce. And he was like, you mean hors d'oeuvres? And I was like, oh, is that what that looks like when you say it? It was such a culture shock for me because I married outside of my race, but also outside of my class. And so it was a lot to learn. So I created a course based on all of the stumbling and aha moments and everything in between for Black women to sort of feel more confident, not just in relationships, but also in their careers and just in social settings and mixing and mingling and yeah.
So you already had the need. You had people emailing you, asking you questions already.
Yes.
And also with my course, because I've spoke on this topic at some of you from Alt Summit, I've spoken to you already, I've spoke on the topic about working with brands. So, and people ask me, how do you do it? How do you do it? So if you find yourself, people asking you about, no matter what skill it may be, whether it's what you write about on your blog or something separate, if you have individuals asking your expertise for something, then that may be the topic of your course. Yes. And that is what you need to hone in on. It may not be directly related to your site, which is fine, but you have to go where your knowledge base is. And you may be multifaceted and be able to talk about a lot of things. I could do a personal finance course. However, I keep that content on my blog, and I'm teaching something different. That's actually another skill that I've just been able to master from years of experience from blogging. So it was from Christelyn, from me meeting her at Alt Summit and me doing a talk about working with brands on a consistent basis and how I've been able to pitch to them, ask for the money that I think I deserve, invoice, keep track of things, come up with content ideas. She's like, you should make a course out of this. So she actually inspired me to do so, and I'm so thankful for that, and coming soon. Yeah. So we both decided to host it on Teachable.
Yes.
So when you went to record it, so my course has 9 modules. Mm-hmm. How many modules does your course have?
11.
I'm sorry, how many is that?
A lot.
Yeah. So
it has about 15 modules, and that's only because as an added incentive to get people to join when I first started, because it was so unique, I said I will be adding to the course. And that's what's so great about these platforms like Teachable, or I think even Udemy, is that you can refresh the course, edit the course, add more content at will, and your customers will immediately get updated as well. So everything is
at no
very
additional
seamless.
cost to them.
At no additional cost.
So you're creating
yes.
value for them in a long run, even though you've sold them one product and what you've presented them. So you still, it's almost like a warranty that you can keep coming back and you get a refresher, we get a tune-up and whatnot. So I knew what I wanted to write about or teach about. You obviously did. But at what point were you like, okay, great, I have all this information. I've made this beautiful slideshow. I've soon to record my face telling you how to do this. And you're like, so who am I going to sell this to? How do you figure that out?
Okay, so I want to let everybody in here know that if you have a following, if you have any following at all, then you have potential customers for your course. Okay, so people who already have a blog following, they're your warm leads. Those are your people who follow you, who believe in you, who are going to be cheering you on. However, if you're just starting from scratch, what you want to do is once you've decided what your course is, you want to start building your social network and talking about the course simultaneously. Okay, so you don't just do the course and then try to market to people. You want to do it simultaneously. When I was doing my course, I said, it's gonna be amazing. I was trickling out little teasing information for months. It took me about 3 months to complete it. It was like writing a book. But it's what's so great about a course online is that it's one and done. So it may be a lot of work on the front end, but on the back end, there's a lot of reward. So I want to just say this, just so you guys are wondering, well, is there money to be made on this? For the pink pill, well, I've sold over 1,000 courses for the pink pill at an average of $199 in a year and a half.
You can do math.
So, and that was just in my little social network. You've never heard of me, probably, before now. There's a whole other market that I haven't tapped into, but my network I was able to do that. So cultivate your network and use it as an opportunity. Also create a Facebook page about the course and invite people who you think might be good students, enrollees, warm leads into the group. And you can discuss things with them and you can refine your ideas. They're like your online market research group. So you can bounce ideas off of them and refine as necessary.
So some good advice that she gave me. So even though, I don't blog about working with brands. There's probably a couple articles on my site about, leaving my 9-to-5 to move to blogging, how to treat your blog as a business. But I was like, how am I, people who follow me are not, they want to know like, oh, where'd you get that dress from? Or, I love your blue eyeliner, or the finance tips. I'm like, how do I find the people that actually want to work with brands that are my blogging audience? So she gave me advice. So I made an opt-in. And on my homepage now, I have several opt-ins, but one in particular is for that audience. So when you go on, and it says 10 tips for working with brands as a blogger. I get your email address, you get this lovely worksheet that has great information. But then now I know that you are my potential our customer, student, because I've segmented that audience. And then I don't know what kind of email service you all have, but MailerLite or MailChimp, you can then take that and make a subsection so you know that these people, as opposed to, grandma who's just on your email list because she loves you, you know that these are the individuals that you really need to be marketing that particular course to. And then within that information, so she's like, go back to those posts where you talk about blogging, put opt-ins on those posts as well. So you can segment your audiences and you make sure you're preaching to the choir that wants to hear you sing or whatever.
I love that.
If that actually
really
makes
good.
sense. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah.
That's good. It's really good.
Okay.
Just to piggyback off of that, because I don't want you guys to miss this. Your email list is gold, okay? You must build your email list because those people who are opting in are telling you that they are interested enough to buy. They're going to purchase from you. So what you do is something that Sherita did. You give them a freebie. You give them something. Sign up for the mailing list for this course and get a free, list of whatever it is, like the best flowers for Mother's Day. I don't know, just whatever your expertise is.
You're teaching a florist class, like
yes, there is actual courses about flower arranging. We were talking about that. Petals for cakes.
I was like, if you want to teach a course about making roses on cakes, there's probably someone you could sell that to.
Yes.
I mean, it may not be what you blog about, but there's an audience out there to be found. And I think it's just about understanding that might be a separate audience from your exact social following, especially if you're making a course that is different from what you blog about. If you're making a course on what you blog about, great, because then everyone who reads your blog could potentially be your student. So you just need to make sure you're motivating them, giving them information. And one of the things that I've learned about creating a course from listening to Christelyn, and also I listened to the Gold Digger podcast, is you always want to provide people with some valuable information before you sell to them. So it's like give,
yes.
sell. Mm-hmm. So whatever that may be, like a tip, like a daily or weekly tip for, taking your blog to the next level, a weekly tip for pitching with brands, my weekly, tip for pricing yourself correctly. By the way, I have a course.
Yes.
Because if you're just constantly selling to people, they're going to get turned off. It's like watching 60 minutes of commercials. Right. Who does that? Right. No one. So.
Yeah, and so just to tie in with the social networking and the email list, You want to make sure that you're continuing a relationship with the people who are on your email list. So you don't want to just have those names and then you don't contact them again until 3 months later. Hey, the course is out. Well, they're like, what did I sign up for? Who are you again? So you want to build up that relationship, and then you want to invite those people to join your private Facebook group about the thing that your course is in. And so you're developing a community, you're developing an opportunity to reinforce the value of your course, and you have a way to keep track of your potential customers. So use that social network and your email list together. Just drive one to the other.
Does anyone have any questions? No? Oh, okay. So, so Teachable is actually, you can start the course for free. I mean, hosting your course on these platforms does not cost you anything essentially out of pocket. But what happens is once you start making money, you scale on the actual transaction fee that they're charged. So if you choose their quote unquote free plan, they're going to take a larger cut of the income you have. Versus if you pay a monthly plan, you're going to be paying lower transaction fees. So if you're nervous about, how many people you're actually going to get, and you're like, oh, $50 a month sounds like a lot, then maybe sign up for the free. And then you realize, holy shoot, I just had 10 customers. You've now, you've given yourself some validation, pay the fee, because then you'll be putting more money in your pocket in the long run. Yeah. So does that make sense?
You literally can start a course tonight. You can start building it. You can sign up.
Don't launch it tonight.
No, don't launch it. But you can
don't
start
go
building
home and be
it.
like, I'm doing this. Done.
It's completely free to start.
There's another question in the back. She's going to give you a mic.
Okay. What I was going to say is that I was going to start a course, and then someone said to me, but what if they take your information and they don't come back? Or like, how do you can't worry about that, right? You just go.
Well, the way that the course works is that, are you saying that you're worried about somebody just copying and pasting your information and just going away, or what do you?
Basically, I'll just say, basically, I have a couple of areas I could go into to teach a class, because I'm a retired educator anyway, so teaching is very natural for me. But the issue I'm having is like, which one do I do first? That's my problem. It's like, which one do I do first? But the one that I know I can monetize immediately on is teaching parents how to navigate in the entertainment industry with their children. Like how to do that successfully, what to do, how to set up their Instagrams, what not to do with their Instagrams. Like just basically etiquette that I see that they come and ask me, what do you think about this? Like when you said, if people keep coming back asking you that thing, that's probably the thing you need to put a class up in. That's what you said earlier, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just asking, like, how do you, I guess my bottom line is I'm not sure how to sustain them there. Once I get them there, do I just, they take the course and I just try to get the next group of students like I do if I teach a college course, or?
Well, I mean, she's always marketing her course.
Yes,
so.
Always marketing. And so here's what I would say to you. I would price your course so that you feel satisfied that if that person only purchases once, that you feel like you've gotten a good profit for the work that you've put in, okay? Because once people sign up for your course, that's it, they paid for it, right? And so there are options, and don't be shy about pricing. I struggle with how much do I price this? Are people gonna buy this? And there are options. You can do payment plans. You can set up your cart so that people can make payments on it. There's even things that you can do where people can have monthly subscriptions. And so you have that drip, drip, drip. So perhaps you have something ongoing that you want to teach. So here's an example of that, is that if you want people to come back, you can do a drip thing. So every month you have some new content and they pay, I don't know, $19.99 a month, or just something that they can, to be honest with you, forget about so that you keep getting the money.
You're like, oh shoot, I signed up for that course.
I know.
Damn it, that lady's got 3 months of my money and I haven't taken a damn thing.
Exactly. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can do continuing education. It depends on the topic. So I think that is applicable on the subject matter. If something is a once and done and what you're providing is like step after step and they kind of need to get all this information in one block so they can process and then do the things, then do it all as one. But if it's something where everything can build on itself and it takes the next level, then you can do the continuing education kind of like monthly subscription course. If you realize that people are like, oh my God, this is so amazing, I need more help. Offer yourself as a consultant to them. Bill in a sense that you can do private sessions so you can then monetize that even further. Yeah.
I know some people offer courses that are evergreen, they're always available, and some people offer courses that are always available anytime, and some people build up and only offer their courses, they open and close enrollment. Do you have thoughts on the advantages of those? And
I actually do. So the way that you can get, and this works well if you have a significant following, right? So if you have a significant following, you have built-in customers. So you can create anticipation and stress, fear of
Urgency.
missing out, the urgency by saying, for a limited time, I'm only going to be offering this course. So you need to jump on it. Another thing that you can do is to get people to buy right away. And I'm going to tell you a backstory on that. To get people to buy right away, you say the price is going to go up after this amount of time. So that's what I did with my course. I said that the cost is $199, but after this amount of time, it's going to go up to $298. My first week, I made $7,000. My first day, I made $7,000. My first week, I made $18,000. So when you create that urgency, then if you have that built in, and so the whole time what you're doing is you're creating this tension, right? You have people who are like, oh, I got to get this course. You need to tell your social network. Hit them at their pain points. Find out what the pain point is, and you poke it, and then you say, "Here's this salve, honey. Here's the salve." And like, I need it. I need that because she told me that, this is going to help me. So you are the problem solver. So you want to create that urgency and that need.
Yeah. Yeah, she's there you go. Yeah.
My question is about how are you driving sources? Are you only using Instagram? Are you using Facebook ads? Are you promoting posts? Like, how are you driving business to your course?
Well, for me, there's a multitude of ways. So I am on Instagram, and I do sometimes do Instagram Lives, and I'll talk about certain aspects of my course. Like just recently, I launched the Pink Pill for College Girls. And so Instagram is sort of a younger group of people who follow me, and so I'll talk about things that are related to them. I'll have announcements, so that funnel comes in from there. But I also have a Facebook presence, and that's for the older women who follow me.
Do you run paid ads on them?
You know what? No.
Okay.
I mean, I did a couple of times, but I didn't really. And I actually had a company do it, and I really didn't see that much of a benefit. What really was a benefit was doing things like a free webinar. So you do a webinar about your course or some subset. So you've got your modules. So you want to do, say, a topic based on a module that's in your course. And then what you do is you have people sign up for the webinar. That's how you also gather email addresses for people. And then what you do is you educate them, you give them some value, and then you say, you know what, stay with me till the end because I have a special offer for you. And then
Discount.
you do the sell.
Yeah.
Yes, a coupon code or something that entices them to buy. Because the way that we work is that if you present value, people for free, people are going to assume that, wow, she gave us so much for free. Just imagine what's behind the veil, what's behind the curtain. It'd be so much more.
We have a couple more minutes left. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I know that this is about selling to brands.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna say, does anyone have any content questions or, yeah, sorry as well.
So, I work in an industry that is not fashion, it's not travel, so it's not as established. And I've heard a lot of feedback from brands saying that they've been burned by influencers promising the moon. How would you approach in a situation like that? Because I've kind of deprioritized monetization because I have gotten that feedback, so I was curious.
I don't make promises. Like, bottom line, I promise to create content that is engaging, that is on the same level what you see, that is going to explain your brand message in a creative way. I promise myself, like, this is the type of content I offer and this is what I can provide. I don't promise sales. I do not promise, oh, I'm gonna get you, 25 new customers. My job is to market in a creative way to the people I know. If there's a little flaw in your product or something, I may love it still, but I'm like, if it was just a little to the left, it'd be a little better. I can't fix that, so I can't make any changes to what you have, so that's why I don't make any type of promises in that sense. And when you approach the content, like, my job is I'm building your brand awareness. I'm creating a product for you, product being a blog post, an Instagram post, a Facebook post, that then you can put your ad dollars behind and then push it to whomever you want. P&G, I did a post for Oil of Olay. They spent $100,000 on Facebook promoting that content. 3 million people saw that because they love the content that I made so much. So you are creating something that they cannot. They don't want their researchers writing a blog post for them. They want someone who's tried the product, who likes it, who's writing and giving their perspective on it, and that's something that they have to buy, but they cannot produce.
I want to just add something really quick about creating a course. Also, just make sure that you incentivize. This is really important.
Yes. Go.
Incentivize other people in your social network. If you are all here together because you have various goals, but you guys are all peers. And so when you create your course, you can offer an affiliate. So you can incentivize other people to market for you.
And
so
the platforms that you host the course on have that built in, the capability. So it's not something you have to figure out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's automatic. You have the person sign up, they have a link, and so you have your marketing team because there's something in it for them.
Does anyone else have any more content questions? Of course, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a content question.
Yep.
So I know everyone right now is freaking out about Instagram algorithm and all that. So on a business standpoint, are you changing your pricing, or how are businesses coming to you and saying why are you getting less, or
No, and I'll be honest, my engagement has dropped, and it's something that I've recognized, but my content only continues to get better. So I can't control things that I cannot control, but I can control how good I make a photo look, how well I write something, how nice a picture I can take. So I have not dropped my prices because I'm still creating the same amount of I'm still creating the same value or the same type of content that they have seen. So if a brand is specifically looking at the numbers and they say, oh, we're trying to get someone with a larger, reach, then I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I can't offer you that. This is what I have, this is what I give, and this is, but they also know that they can push content out. And brands, they do that all the time. Some of the networks I work with, they don't even go off of necessarily your following. It's all about the content because they have priced within it's called Muse, and they do a lot of food, beauty, and some lifestyle type product posts, Instagram, and mostly blog. But when they do that, I know I'm wrapping up. They price it into the sense that they tell the clients, listen, we're going to get you this caliber of work, this is how much it costs. There's no negotiating. This is my rate. This is how much it is. And we're going to make sure it gets the eyes that you want it to see. So they price that spend into the contract with the brand. So the brands know they're going to get the eyes no matter what. They're not selling my reach. They're selling my content. So I think if you approach it in a sense that if you need to up your content quality to compensate for, the lack of reach, that's something that I've tried to do because I don't get, 4,000 likes a photo, but and soon no one's gonna be able to see how many likes you have anyway. So, attention, Instagram will be hiding likes in the US starting soon. So, so I just think that as long as you are constantly putting out the best content you can, that's the only thing you can promise and you can relate on. Blog views are a different story because you can, SEO strategies and all that, you can get more eyes on that, but when it comes to social, it's only so much you can do. So we do have to wrap up though, but we will be here. If anyone has questions, we'll be in the front, so come by and stop by and see us, and thank you all so much. And we hope you enjoyed
you,
today. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being here, and I hope to chat with more of you. I hope this was valuable information, and good luck and continue to grow your business and your blog.